a Ron Howard classic finally makes its way to 4K. Now, is it a worthy title for the format? What is going on, everybody? Tom Chattelbash here, and if you love 4K movies and physical media like I do, then rest assured you are in the right place. And without further ado, we are going to be reviewing the new 4K disc of Ron Howard's A Beautiful Mind, starring Russell Crowe. Now, before I jump into today's review, if you love movies and TV, then definitely check out my main channel where I review a lot of the latest shows and movies. Link to that in the description in addition to my socials. And now that housekeeping is out of the way, let's jump into this 4K review. Now, A Beautiful Mind is one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it's one of Ron Howard's best films for sure, and it's one of my favorite Russell Crowe performances. I still think he should have won an Academy Award for this movie, especially after rewatching it for this review. And I have to say, watching this 4K disc was a treat because I hadn't seen the movie in years, and man, this one still holds up and it still packs a punch. Now, this new 4K disc of A Beautiful Mind comes to us from Universal, and it comes to us in both Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos, so we get a visual upgrade, we get an audio upgrade here, and in the packaging here you get a nice slip cover, and you also get a 4K disc and a Blu-ray disc inside, in addition to a digital code. And this edition comes to us with a bunch of bonus features. Not sure if these were ported over from the Blu-ray or if these are new, but you get some deleted scenes, you get some interviews with Ron Howard and Brian Grazer, you get inside the movie, development of the screenplay. There's a bunch of special features on this one, so if you're a big special feature person, you got plenty to dig your teeth into on this release. Now, I really wasn't sure what to expect heading into watching this 4K disc because I didn't know if it was going to really benefit from the 4K format all that much, and if it really needed a Dolby Atmos upgrade. I have to say, this disc surprised me in a lot of ways, so let's dive in. Now, let's focus on the video first. So this one gets a Dolby Vision upgrade, and I have to say, you really feel that from the get-go, especially in the first portion of the film, which takes place at Princeton, when John Nash is a young man and he's meeting a lot of his friends for the first time. It just looks lush, it looks vibrant, it looks a lot warmer, the colors just pop so much more. It's gorgeous to look at, even if it's not the sharpest image you're going to see on the 4K format. I will say that on the whole, this movie does look a little soft to the eyes, where it doesn't look as sharp as maybe you want it to, but then again, it still looks so warm and vibrant that it kind of makes up for the fact that there isn't an amazing amount of like uptick in clarity and detail. But don't get me wrong, there are some close-ups that look absolutely gorgeous. There are some shots that really benefit from the boost in contrast and those inky blacks now. And on the whole, this is definitely a upgrade for fans of the film, especially compared to the Blu-ray. So the visuals may not blow you away, but I definitely feel like the colors, the warmth, the depth of the image now, I think that's going to be a really big upgrade for fans. What really surprised me about this disc was the Atmos track, because like I said, I really didn't think this movie would benefit much from an Atmos track, but oh my god, was I wrong. This Atmos track is sneakily good. I mean, not only does the amazing score by James Horner hit you more in this Atmos track and kind of envelops you more in this Atmos track, but the way that this track is able to make you feel as if you were in the mind of John Nash. There are some moments that are so good with the way it plays with the surround channels or even with those Atmos channels, where I found myself even more enveloped in this movie than I have ever been. There's a great instance where early on in the movie, John Nash is scribbling some, equations on a window, and you can hear him talking to himself in his mind, and his voice is going back and forth across the soundstage to your left and right, and it's so enveloping. It's a little bit eerie at first, but it's such an immersive way of getting you into his mind, into his character. And an artistic flourish that I really love that Ron Howard implemented here is that for John Nash's hallucinations, he has the audio of those hallucinations precede the visuals. So you hear the hallucinations before you actually see them, and when that hits you in the soundstage, it's so effective and incredibly immersive. And not only that, but I feel like you just get more of an immersive sound bubble in this movie. I mean, whether you're in the halls of Princeton, you feel like the echoes are enveloping you, or you're hearing more conversations or chatter, or you're just hearing more background noises that you didn't hear before. It's all really effective, and it really gets you into the movie even more. So I have to say, the audio track on this one is absolutely the highlight. This Atmos track is sneakily good. So on the whole, if you're a fan of A Beautiful Mind, I think this is worth picking up on disc for the audio alone. But I think, in terms of the visuals, I think it is an upgrade. It's not a revelation, I would say. I think there are movies that certainly look better on the format and definitely look sharper on the format. but I still think this is a gorgeously shot film, and I think that is put on full display here, even if it's not the sharpest, but the audio track, like I said, is a big standout and definitely one of the better ones that I've heard. So that's my take on A Beautiful Mind. Let me know in the comments if you've checked out this disc yet and what you think of it. Did you love it, hate it, think it's just okay? And if you haven't picked it up yet, are you going to now that you've seen this review? Let me know down below. And until next time, everybody, I'm Tom Chattelbash, YouTube's most reliable movie critic.